Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Hare Krishna. Bonjour tout le monde. Merci pour venir.
La classe en français.
Bonjour. Définitivement. Chapter 9, Canto 9, Chapter 3.
Oui.
When
Verset
22.
22.
Super, merci beaucoup. Repeat s'il vous plaît. Evam Bruvanam Pitaram.
Evam Bruvanam Pitaram.
Evam Bruvanam Pitaram.
Evam Bruvanam Pitaram.
Smayamana Suchismita.
Smayamana Suchismita.
Smayamana Suchismita.
Smayamana Suchismita.
Uvacha Tata Jamata.
Uvacha Tata Jamata.
Uvacha Tata Jamata.
Uvacha Tata Jamata.
Daivasa Brigunandanaha.
Daivasya Brigunandanaha.
Daivasa Brigunandanaha.
Daivasya Brigunandanaha.
Evam Bruvanam Pitaram.
Evam Bruvanam Pitaram.
Smayamana Suchismita.
Smayamana Suchismita.
Uvacha Tata Jamata.
Uvacha Tata Jamata.
Daivasa Brigunandanaha.
Daivasya Brigunandanaha.
Evam Bruvanam Pitaram.
Evam Bruvanam Pitaram.
Smayamana Suchismita.
Smayamana Suchismita.
Uvacha Tata Jamata.
Uvacha Tata Jamata.
Daivasa Brigunandanaha.
Daivasya Brigunandanaha.
Evam Bruvanam Pitaram.
Evam Bruvanam Pitaram.
Smayamana Shuchismita.
Smayamana Suchismita.
Vachatata Jamata.
Uvacha Tata Jamata.
Vaisha Brigunandana.
Daivasya Brigunandanaha. Evam Bruvanam Pitaram.
Evam Bruvanam Pitaram.
Smayamana Shuchismita.
Smayamana Shuchismita.
Uvacha Tata Jamata.
Uvacha Tata Jamata.
Daivasya Brigunandanaha.
Vaisha Brigunandanaha.
Evam Bruvanam Pitaram.
Evam Bruvanam Pitaram.
Smayamana Shuchismita.
Smayamana Shuchismita.
Uvacha Tata Jamata.
Uvacha Tata Jamata.
Tavaisha Brigunandanaha.
Daivasya Brigunandanaha.
Evam Bruvanam Pitaram.
Evam Bruvanam Pitaram.
Smayamana Shuchismita.
Smayamana Shuchismita.
Uvacha Tata Jamata.
Uvacha Tata Jamata.
Davisha Vigunandana.
Daivasya Brigunandanaha.
Evam Bruvanam Pitaram.
Evam Bruvanam Pitaram.
Smayamana Shuchismita.
Smayamana Shuchismita.
Uvacha Tata Jamata.
Uvacha Tata Jamata.
Daivasa Brigunandana.
Daivasya Brigunandanaha.
Word to word translation. Evam.
Evam.
In this way.
In this way.
Bruvanam.
Bruvanam.
Who was talking and chastising her. Pitaram.
Pitaram.
Unto her father. Smayamana.
Smayamana.
Smiling.
Smiling.
Because she was chaste.
Because she was chaste.
Suchismita.
Suchismita.
Laughingly.
Laughingly.
Uvacha.
Uvacha.
Replied.
Replied.
Tata.
Tata.
Oh my dear father.
Oh my dear father.
Jamata.
Jamata.
Son-in-law.
Son-in-law.
Tava.
Tava.
Your.
Your.
Eshaha.
Eshaha.
This young man.
This young man.
Brigunandanaha.
Vrigunandanaha
is Chaiva Muni.
Chavanam.
Chaivana Muni.
Shaivanam.
And no one else.
No one else.
Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Sukanya, however, being very proud of her chastity, smiled upon hearing the rebukes of her father. She smilingly told him, "My dear father, this young man by my side is your actual son-in-law, the great sage Chaivana, who was born in the family of Brigu, of Hor." Although the father chastised the daughter, assuming that she had accepted another husband, the daughter knew that she was completely honest and chaste, and therefore she was smiling. When she explained that her husband, Shaivana Muni, had now been transformed into a young man, she was very proud of her chastity, and thus she smiled as she talked with her father. Om Ajnanathmirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radhakanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thank you all for being here this morning. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to say something. It's for my own purification. Before I speak, I would like to request the permission and blessings of the senior Vaishnavas and my friend devotees. If you give me blessings, I think I will take this time to say something. I'm still a bit nervous to see senior devotees sitting and I have to speak. This is a bit unusual for me. Yes, Prabhu.
You asked, so give it. So if I can bless you to speak, maybe you have prepared your class, but hearing the verse, I like to hear about how can we be proud of our dharma, natural quality. That's proud of chastity.
Yes,
that's something proud of you. How to do that, because it's natural.
Yes.
And
yes.
But as a devotee, of course, it falls pride.
Yes.
But Hare Krishna, whatever you speak.
That's a very good point you made. How we can be smiling with that. We are very fortunate in one way because we know the goal, we know the sadhana, we know the sadhya. So it makes things very clear for us. If we go in the material world, if you go outside world, if you see, if we go shopping, it's like people are all looking for happiness, in the shop shelves or buying new car or new house. But we are smiling within that Prabhupada has given us this process that Of course, Vaishnava, we are smiling that we are in a good situation, but Vaishnavas will even will be very proud of smiling when we give Prabhupada's mercy to others, through different forms, books or prasadam or anything else. However, we can connect, the jivas to Krishna. So, to your point of how we can smile, this is our good fortune. Srila Prabhupada has made this house that all of us can live together with all the differences we have, with this philosophy of just to add, being a kid, I must have said this to many devotees, I always repeat this myself, just because you asked before I go into my class what I prepared. My schoolmates, my classmates were coming from Madhva Sampradaya, Shankara Sampradaya, they were all coming to school with different tilaks, they all had mudras, they all have, even if you ask them, they're all talking about God, but in a different, they go into the details more than the essence. They forget that the essence of doing all this is to love God, is to serve God, please God. That kind of becomes the missing link. That's there, but again, as I said, they are disagreeing with certain things, or they forget that even for someone like me who come from a Shudra family, that they could have helped me in some regard. I was asking them to help me, but I couldn't get any help. Even my neighbors are Smarta Brahmanas, they are Shankarites, they cannot accept the fact that even us, outsiders, all of us, can become God conscious, can go back to God in this life. So it's Prabhupada who created this for us, this society. When I went to Australia first time, when I saw Western devotees playing mridangas, wearing saffron clothes, white-bodied devotees, I was really amazed. When I heard that Bhagavad Gita can be, perceived by anyone, can be accepted by anyone. So when I heard about, I've seen many Sai Babas and all this kind of, not to belittle them, but the philosophy was not striking for me. When I hear them, it was not making any real. This Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is God, but he never claimed himself to be God. It was like everyone, when they speak, they talk that they are God, So it made a lot of sense for me. So it made me embrace this philosophy more stronger. Here, if I can go ahead with this preparation I did, here we are talking about a scenario. Just to recollect the story, I think the Sukanya Sita goes to the ashram of Chaivana Muni, and she was taking a little stick and poking in the hole of you cannot hear?
I can hear, but articulate.
Okay. I'm trying to be as slow because I'm passionate. I know I go fast, but I'm trying to be slow just for you. Is that okay now? Is that okay? Okay. So she pokes this in the warm hole and hurts the yogis. I don't know what they're doing in the hole, in which form they were in the hole, but they got constipated. It's, they got constipated just to please this yogi Chaivana Muni. Sukanya Sita and her father, I forgot the name of the king, they decided to marry Sukanya Sita to Chaivana Muni. This is such a good thing that we could learn, we could reflect on our lives when we hurt devotees, when we are not being nice sometimes. It's good to learn to serve them. Murli Manohar Prabhu was here. He was the head pujari at the Soho temple. We had a pujari meeting. He made this point. He made a very nice point that when you had difference with one pujari, he said the best way to deal with that is serve this pujari. Serve the devotee. You know this devotee is going to come to do the arti. best is, it takes you 5 minutes. Go and prepare the arti and keep it ready for them to use for Krishna's service. It makes such a difference when we serve. Okay, I have a difference. The philosophy is different itself. So it's good that we use this difference to serve rather than to hold back or not to be very friendly or kind to each other. One more thing we could reflect on this pastime is Chaivana Muni used his yogic power to get his youth back using Ashwini Kumaras, and then he becomes very young. I think modern day man, that's what his goal is, right? That's what they all, now if you look at the pharmacy industry, they produce these pills that they can take, they don't get wrinkles, they go to Thailand, Australia it was quite famous, they go to Thailand to get, I don't know, it's like fix these wrinkles or change the body features, take your body fat off. So it is not going to kind of, Chaivana Muni is showing us it's not going to help us in any way. Being in the material world, still we are going through birth, death, old age, disease. Getting a new body, getting an old body, this is the samsara cycle we are trying to get out. No point of getting it back and trying to utilize it. This is trying to chewing the chewed. We know it is not going to give us pleasure, but we try again. Punah charvita charvana nam. So Chaivana Muni is showing us through his life that it's not going to work. It's not going to work. The other side of the story we can reflect on is Mother Sukanya. She is smiling. It's like a smile of chastity, showing that our smile has to be filled with purity and chastity. It shouldn't be based on duplicity. This smile only can be achieved when we are chaste and when we are pure. It is not just a Mataji who has to be a chaste lady. It has to be every one of us. We are chaste to the process. We are chaste to Guru. We are chaste to ISKCON. This is something we could all reflect on. Take advantage of Prabhupada's ISKCON. Be chaste to ISKCON. Prabhupada was chaste to his Guru. He showed his chastity by making this ISKCON society. I was listening to one devotee. He was giving the example of Guru Kripa Prabhu. Probably Gopaswami Prabhu knows him. Guru Kripa Prabhu was recollecting during I think 50 years of ISKCON in India or something like that. They had a program. He was recollecting that they were collecting, they were making life members, they were collecting Lakshmi, and Guru Kripa Prabhu went and
Japan.
Oh, okay.
Japan.
No, he was recollecting in India recently. Yeah, recently. So he went. He asked donations or to become life members to people, and someone was saying, "Oh, your ISKCON is FBI. You're you're dealing with a lot of international drugs and things like that." They were and then Guru Kripa Prabhu started to raise his hand, okay, I'm going to talk to you in a different language. And then these people who he was talking to, they started to kind of, you see, ISKCON society, your Srila Prabhupada, this is what has taught you. You're going to fight with us now. You're going to hit us now. That is what you're going to do. He said, I worked in the army, right? I worked in the army. If it wasn't Srila Prabhupada and ISKCON society, he would have been on the floor by now. So, ISKCON society and Prabhupada and his disciples are very exemplary. That they're showing us that how we can be chaste to, what they did. Gopaswami Prabhu was telling me the other day that I was showing him some picture of one devotee. He was saying, all these devotees who came to New Mayapur, or like the elderly devotees, they were all empowered. They were not ordinary souls. Krishna has given them some Shakti, So we can also be part of the Shakti. It's not somewhere someone. No, if we subject ourselves to this process, it's there for all of us. It's there for every one of us. We can be a grihastha, you can be a vanaprastha, you can be a Shri Radha Govinda Madhava ki jai, Krishna Balram ki jai, Gaur Nitai ki jai. You can be anyone, but it's there for anyone to, you can be a devotee on Prema Bhakti, or you can be a devotee on Sadhana Bhakti or Shraddha. It is there for everyone's availability, how much we want to reciprocate. ISKCON got its name actually from, it's very nice that ISKCON, everything in ISKCON comes from Shastra. This is something very nice. Shastra Yonitva, it is said everything. I was wondering, ISKCON name itself sounds very, it's like ISKCON, it doesn't have Krishna there. I was always contemplating on that. I recently was hearing to some devotee, they were saying, anyone knows how ISKCON got its name? From what inspired Prabhupada to use this name? I heard this, so I can share it with you.
Krishna Bhavanamrita Sangho.
Yes.
The what?
It comes from Rupa Goswami's Padyavali. There is a famous shloka. You know this shloka, Prabhu?
I just know this word, Krishna Bhavanamrita Sangho.
Yeah.
Because in India they always say like this.
Yes.
This is the translation of his
Yes. There is this famous shloka of Rupa Goswami, I think shloka 11 of Padyavali. Padyavali means he kept his own diary of shlokas. So from that, Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavitam Mati Kriyatam Yadukutopi Labhyate Tatra Laulyam Api Mulyam Janma Koti Sukrita Na Labhyate. It's a very famous shloka. This, Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavitam Mati. He says that, this first line, it's very beautiful. Prabhupada uses this first line to say that this Krishna consciousness, it's very Janma Koti Sukriter Na Labhyate. Even if you do, Koti means like millions, 10 millions. Janma Koti Sukriter Na Labhyate. Even if you do pious activities for millions of lifetimes, this Krishna consciousness is not available, is not given to you. It's very rare. Rupa Goswami says, this is Kriyatam Edukutopila Tatra Laulyam. There is only one prize you have to pay.
Greed. Intense greed.
Yeah, Laulyam, greed. You have to have intense greed. So this is very nice that in ISKCON everything comes from Shastra. This is not speculation, this is not made up, or I feel like, I will do it today, no, tomorrow I'll do it some other way. No, Prabhupada was very clear what he was doing, I was reading about, in relation to chastity, I was trying to get some information. So Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami have this conversation where Lord Chaitanya was telling them when they meet at Ramkeli, they were writing many letters to Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya never replied them. They were already working as ministers for Nawab Hussain Shah. Lord Chaitanya replies saying that serve, for now keep serving as a wife who has a paramour serves the husband very nicely. So in the same way, you serve the king for now, because this is the service you have for now, you have to fulfill this. I think I was listening to Radhanath Maharaj, he was saying that this is the example he quotes based on the gopis, how it's not for devotees. Radha Govinda Madhava ki jai, Krishna Balram ki jai, Gaur Nitai ki jai. So it is it's an unusual example Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives. Unchaste woman serving a husband. It's it's an example of gopis. He explains that the gopis were serving as if Krishna was their paramour. So Sanatan Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami was tested by Lord Chaitanya. He says, after this you retire from your service, sell all your belongings, give it away. I think he made like a boatload of gold coins. Half was given to spreading of Krishna consciousness, quarter of family and quarter for emergencies. He gave up everything. Sanatan Goswami showed that a mendicant should not own anything, should not possess anything. Then he travels to Varanasi. There he meets Chandrasekharacharya. That's where he meets Lord Chaitanya. And then again, what is the goal? What are we going to do? Is that before or after they go to a hotel and the hotel owner was planning to kill because... Before. Okay, thank you. So he gets this, Ishan, his servant, was carrying 7 gold coins, 7 or 8. The hotel owner finds out and then he wanted to kill him. Again, Lord Chaitanya is testing his chastity of a sannyasi. The gold coins are gone, the wealth is gone. Lord Chaitanya was given a blanket, a chadar by his nephew, Srikanta. He gives him, that's where I think he meets at the house of Chandrasekharacharya. That's where Lord Chaitanya looks at him. You are a renunciate, why do you have this blanket with you? Then Lord Chaitanya, he didn't even speak, he didn't even say a word to Sanatan Goswami. But immediately Sanatan Goswami found out Lord Chaitanya is staring at my chadar. He goes to Ganga, he asks one mendicant, please can I exchange your chadar? The point is being made here is for a renunciate, everything has to be completely renounced. Lord Chaitanya tells Sanatan Goswami there that when a physician cures a disease, he makes sure the disease is fully gone. There is no trace, no tinge exists because it can come back, it can become more severe than before. So Lord Chaitanya was making sure that Sanatan Goswami was like fully detached, fully renounced. He was setting the example of the sannyasi. One more example I would like to quote is Gadadhar Pandit. I was asking Krishna Charana Mataji, help me with this pastime, I was not getting it. Gadadhar Pandit went to Lord Chaitanya asking, I gave the mantra I had to someone else. Please help me. Give me the mantra again. Lord Chaitanya says, if I do that, I am an offender. He said, no, Pundarik Vidyanidhi is your guru. You should take instructions or the mantra from Pundarik Vidyanidhi. So Lord Chaitanya was very clear for us also. We cannot be unchaste to our guru or unchaste to the society we're in. It's very clear. Even though he's the Supreme Lord, he's making the point that we have to be under someone's guidance and protection. We cannot be... even the Supreme Lord himself comes. No. Even though everyone knows Lord Chaitanya as the Supreme Lord, but he himself admits no. One more example is Raghunath Das Goswami. Raghunath Das Goswami, as you know, he's our Prayojan Acharya. He goes to Lord Chaitanya. He was already put under the care of Swarup Damodar Goswami. He goes to Lord Chaitanya to ask, what is my dharma, what should I do, what I should not do. Lord Chaitanya told him, I have already put you under the shelter and care of Swarup Damodar Goswami, so you should not be coming to me. But I'll give you in a nutshell. There's that famous instruction he gives. It's very nice. I made a note of it. I can read it also. Very famous sloka. It's like Sikshastakam. It's very nice that everything is put in like I think 8 different points Lord Chaitanya gives to Raghunath Das Goswami. This verse is Gramya Katha na sunibe, Gramya Vartha na kahibe, Bala na kahibe, Arabala na paribe, Amani Manada Hanya Krishna Nama Sada Labe, Vraja Radha Krishna Seva Manasa Karibe. Grama Katha na sunibe. He says that, I think it's good, this is for all of us, I think all the Shastra is for all of us. Gramya Katha na sunibe. Don't hear to the Gramya Katha, to the gossip. He did this, he did that, she did this, Gramya Katha na sunibe. Gramya Varta na kahibe. Don't go around and talk about Gramya Katha. She didn't do this again, we are being part of it. Bala na kahibe. Don't eat opulent food. Ara bala na paribe, he says. Don't wear opulent clothes. These 4 things are very like basic and very foundational, And then he goes on to say, always think about Krishna, think that you're always living in Vrindavan. And then he says, always give respect to others, don't expect any respect in return. Be humble and never aspire for respectful dealing from others. In this way, try to take the name of Krishna constantly, and within try to serve Sri Radha Krishna in Vrindavan, mentally be in Vrindavan, rendering service to Sri Radha Krishna Leela. This Krishna consciousness movement is so powerful that someone like Raghunath Das Goswami comes from a very wealthy family, shows that he can live very simple, set an example for us. In regards to chastity, I was listening to Sutapa Prabhu. He was making a point that how we can perceive, how we can see things on different levels. He was explaining that if we see a Mataji, it's Prabhuji's, Mataji's and Prabhuji's, it's vice versa. When I say Prabhuji, it's not just Prabhuji's. So. Well, Gaurangi Mataji is here. The first level of looking at a Mataji, from a gross perspective, from a non-devotee, they look at in this way that this person is for my enjoyment, It will be nice if I, get this person or something like that. And then the second stage, he says, is when you become renunciate, I think in ISKCON beginning days, this was like this, that when you see a Mataji, it's like Mataji is dangerous. This was the beginning days of ISKCON. I know things have changed, things have evolved. Who's that? Acharya, Yamunacharya says that when I get the thought of sex enjoyment, I spit at the thought. My lips curl, it becomes distasteful. But I think we got it wrong there, I started to spit at. I was listening to one Swami, he was saying that in the beginning days of ISKCON, they were looking at Matajis and they were spitting on the floor. So Maharaj said that, this Swami said that later most of them got married twice or thrice and they have like 6-7 kids. So we definitely have a mature society now. I don't think devotees do that these days. So it's kind of ISKCON has evolved. The third level of looking at a person can be look at them as a spirit soul. It's not Mataji, it's not a Prabhuji, it's a spirit soul. That's kind of like, advanced stage that we could see this. And then the next stage is we could see them as part and parcel of Krishna. Any Mataji or Prabhuji, they are Krishna's property, they are not my property. Yeah, so it's very, we can see ourselves where we are when our mind is disturbing, that we could see that this is where I am. I have to go towards seeing that everyone is Krishna's property, not my property, for my sense enjoyment. Some more points I made. How we can, with the present situation, how we can relate ourselves to the spiritual world. Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj said that number one can enter into the spiritual world when one realizes these things. Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj said, all opulence is for Krishna. Everything, amazing, nothing for me, everything for Krishna's pleasure. Number 2, all women are Krishna's gopis. If you can do that, I think that's quite. All children are Krishna's cowherd boyfriends. I think we can relate everything to Krishna. Everything, can be perceived in this way. I think it will be easy for us to reach the spiritual world. It doesn't leave any gaps or any hindrances. Pretty much I covered what I prepared, so anybody would like to add anything or ask a question or corrections?
I have a rectification.
Yes, Mataji.
Because at the beginning, according to Jyotirmayi, she wrote about, women in ISKCON, whole interesting thing. And it's not like at the beginning it was very friendly between men and women. It was like brothers and sisters, they went in the same band.
Sure.
Then,
Yeah.
and even they called women gopis at the time.
Okay.
But then, when some men became sannyas and they got agitated, get the woman out of the way, no more classes, no more service, that's when they started to see woman, the agent of Maya, and other very derogatory words, which I wrote a whole paper about it, and a conference in Bangladesh, women's conference. And so, since that time, of course, things have evolved with the women ministry, Vaishnavi, because I like hearing Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. Mataji, it's for men to see women as mothers. I don't have to see women as mothers, I'm sorry, I'm not attracted to them. So, it is like a very delicate point. So, in fact, there's some books coming out. I'm going to buy some for the whole story of women in ISKCON, So there's different stages. Yeah. And there were some bad times for women, of course, Like Jyotirmayi is just a good example. She was expert at translating Prabhupada books. Then her service got taken away, and some, somebody maybe from Canada, they have a different kind of fund, did it. And then 20 years later, they asked her, the BBT, please correct what this guy had done, So it's like, it's heart-wrenching, get out of the way. But then, by the way, you got some qualifications. So that's one point. And the other thing is about, being detached, renunciation. Real detachment is to use everything for Krishna. Not, you don't have this, you don't have that. Prabhupada was expert,
Sure.
One time somebody asked him, somebody said, my guru, not a devotee, but, he's detached, he doesn't want to look at money. Prabhupada said, okay, on the contrary, me, I'm like that, because it's all for Krishna,
Yes.
So, renunciation, we have to define. I got lots of stuff, but I'm trying to use it for Krishna.
I was talking more, I said the word sannyasi. I said it's for sannyasi.
Yeah, for sannyasi it's different.
I said that Sanatan Goswami was a sannyasi.
Yeah, but even guru sannyasis, they got lots of stuff, sometimes more than the else does, big bank account. I mean, look, they said, So, but they use it for Krishna. What do they do?
They're not associates of Lord Chaitanya.
No, I know, but they use it for Krishna.
No, Lord Chaitanya was setting us the example, that's what I was trying to
No,
make.
I know, different kind, but there's also different kind of sannyasis.
Sure.
Different. Anyway.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Chastity. Chastity was a theme, and specifically in this verse, the chastity of women. But you brought it. Yes. You got it. That's it. So the verse was about chastity, and more specifically in this verse, chastity of women. And you applied it to different aspects like that. So to go back to that, practically the story of this code and translation I know very well also. I would really want to give back to those who also deserve it, the great work that was did, those Canadian devotees, it's exceptional work according to me, with his mistakes, but still exceptional, and we are very lucky. Then about women, well, the beginning years may have been worse, like friendship, and this is very necessary, it's otherwise artificial. We may say there is no friendship between men and women, no friendship, it degenerates sooner or later.
Yes.
But still, that's how we were grown up, and it's natural. But before these beginning years, there was Vedic times. And in Vedic times, we hear about something, maybe strange for us, chastity of women, subordinate to man, protected to man, by the man, respected by the man. And when Prabhupada installed this friendship, which was, the cause of his success of the preaching, it was a concession. It was a concession. It's not the natural or shastric or Vedic or godly way of the society.
Sure.
It's a concession. And this concession is possible, dangerous to make concessions, because then it degenerates quickly and get out of the track.
Yeah.
This concession was made on the basis for the preaching and also of the reality. Let's say it like that. But we should remember that in order to not be carried away, that equality is necessary today and must be between men and women because of the reality of the society and because and protected or guided by the preaching. But it's a concession. Therefore, we should not be proud of that. Men should be still remain very respectful of Matajis, because when we see ladies, you don't know, but when we see ladies, we see the bodies. It's like that, yes. And then, the consciousness is not good. So if we see them as bodies of Matajis, then immediately, wow, it helps cool down. So that's, it's like that. So it's very important to see, for all of us, not all of us, but most of us, to see ladies as Matajis. That's a way, let's finish, to respect them. It's very, very, very good feeling to be finally able to look at a woman in a respectful way. What a relief, I tell you. It's a very great relief. Then, of course, to see for a man, a devotee, to see as a devotee man, as Vaishnava, not as friend, that's not so easy either. As a devotee man, to look at another man, devotee, as a Vaishnava, as a devotee, not as a man, it's not so easy. What to speak about looking at a lady as a Vaishnavi only, gopi, she's a gopi. That's meaning a Vaishnavi. That's what Bhaktisiddhanta said. And Prabhupada used to say that also. you have to see all the ladies as gopis. So, not everybody is able to see the Matajis, the lady devotees, as gopis. We may have some idea about that, which is very good, but it's not so easy. So the word Vaishnavi is great. It's like ecstasy. But the word Mataji is a big protection for us, men, and it's also because in this way we remain respectful and protectors of the ladies. It's a very good protection for the ladies. Then of course, some ladies don't feel like that. A little girl of 10 years old, and Prabhupada said, Mataji, strange, and of course I don't do that. But the principle has to be respected. It's a concession. Living as friends in the same ashram, many great devotee Vaishnava and Vaishnavis in India, God brothers of Prabhupada, great disciples of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, they were very, very, wow, what is he doing? It is not a small thing to install this friendship, between men and women in a temple. It is not a very natural, yes, we must be, no, we have to be very careful. Otherwise, very quickly, it's going to be kissing each other, oh, Jai Mataji, like that, and this and that, and then exchanging wives and all this. This is modern society. So this protection is a very delicate subject that, today's society, it is like that. Boys and girls are friends. And it's like that. And it is not good, because we see, all the divorces going on in society. So that's a proof it is not good, but it is like that. And you cannot separate artificially. Impossible. But through the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and Prabhupada, then, we carefully go into this concession, carefully. But personally, as a devotee man, I'm very, very thankful to have received this idea, looking at girls as Matajis, that helped me a lot. And without that, I don't know. Without this vision of girls or ladies as Matajis, one who is meant for, there is a saying in Latin, tota mulier in utero. I'm sure you know like that. Tota mulier in utero. That was in the old times in Europe, which means in Latin, mulier means woman, and utero is, the womb. Woman, that's womb, giving birth, like that. Tota mulier in utero. So this is very helpful for us. So please, Mataji or Vaishnavi, please let us be safe and then be respectful of what is for you by saying you as Mataji and Vaishnavi. We can use the word Vaishnavi, but inside we are not able, all of us, to see Vaishnavis. But okay.
I heard in a class Prabhupada say that in India they started this, they call ladies as Behenji. Behenji means sister. Prabhupada said in a class, what is this Behenji business? Lady is a Mataji, is a mother. Chanakya Pandit says that, right? Except your wife, everyone else is your mother.
Yeah, but the thing is, I totally agree that men has to see women as Mataji.
Yeah.
But the society is half man, half woman. I don't have to see women as Mataji. So when I said I was initiated Gaurangi Devi Dasi, not Gaurangi Mataji. I'm sorry. So that's my spiritual name. So like women, they call each other.
Between Matajis, that I can understand. Between
Women.
Vaishnavis, between women, then I can understand.
Yeah, I know, but it becomes a generic term. Like the men, the way they have to see, that's the way everybody has to see. The way that they offer the flowers, that's the way it goes. Though it's not a topic. But at the beginning it was funny. Of course, I agree with you, it's no rule. But the thing that I wanted to say is that then it got to be like putting women down, agent admire, and then it's stupid, and it's still.
Nobody is doing that now today here. I don't see those men here. I don't see the men here doing that here today. So don't remain too much in the past.
No, I mean the present, the present.
The present, who is putting the ladies down here?
No, but
I mean,
at the present, listen, at the present, almost every single day I have to tell, this is the Vaishnavi side. What about offering the flowers?
no problem.
See the problem.
No, the problem is that some Vaishnavi don't like to be in front, that's all.
No.
Yes, they don't like, so don't push them.
I think we should have serious discussions, not just like, it's not the place and the...
Anyway, I was very happy to confront you at least one time.
No, but ISKCON, listen, this is an ISKCON law.
Shrimad Bhagavatam.
Yeah. Sorry, I have a meeting in 10 minutes.
No side.
We need space to talk about things. Then, at the end of the class, it's not the place. And for example,
We can continue to fight outside.
some people don't like to, like in ISKCON in In ISKCON, it's an ISKCON law. In Bangladesh, they put the flowers in the middle. And the men from one man from one side, one woman from one side. So this, we have to do it, It means we each
Mataji, if you come for 1 month every day, let's do it. It's like if you want to change something, be the change you want to see.
See, I'm not
Sure.
It's ISKCON law. I don't want to
ISKCON
change
law,
anything.
ISKCON law temples have their own way of doing it.
Yeah, but sometimes it's a little
Mataji,
backwards.
you cannot code what you want. ISKCON has got so many laws, we cannot implement everything. The only thing I'm asking is to change person's habits, it takes time. Either it has to be, you want certain things to be implemented, I would request you come and be the change. It's not like Shantatma, you do it, Lochanananda, you do it. No, I don't agree with this.
No, I don't agree. It has to come from the top.
I'm not saying it has to come from top. I'm saying I'm open for the change. If you want to do that every day, come and do it so that we don't forget it, because we got used to a certain system.
And then I get, go on.
No one is doing it, Mataji. We're talking on a normal level,
No, but I'm talking on my experience, some things have to come from the top.
Mataji, even as I told you, Kadambakanan Maharaj was giving a class in Radhadesh. He said when in 80s he was a temple commander, he could get more things done and more respect or more title doesn't mean anything. GBC, Kadambakanan Maharaj, I'm a guru today. I cannot even instruct my disciples. That's what you cannot expect someone else to do things. As I said, if you want to change something, let us do it together. I'm not saying you have to do it.
No, you said together.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah,
Together.
that's what I'm saying.
That's what I want.
That's
together.
It's like
Because sometimes I don't even want to come here.
take 1 month. I'm going to come every day to Guru Puja. Put yourself for that and let's do it together.
No, I'm moving again and upside down.
Okay, that means we have to accept as things as they are, or you ask some other devotees, would you like to do it? Mataji, would you like to do it?
We can discuss in East Augustine.
Yeah, sure.
That's the topic for East Augustine, how we can do things together and doing it.
Mataji, there are 100 other things we could be fighting to do in
We're not
Humaypur.
fighting,
I'm talking about positive fight. You just said Yukta Vairagya. I'm talking about Yukta Vairagya. You fight about getting a road for New Mayapur devotees. Devotees are falling down on the mud roads.
I'm the one who told you I want to raise funds, Hey.
You didn't tell me, you're telling my wife.
You're born, communication, Anyway, I'm concerned about many things to make this place better.
If you want to just push your ideas and if you want this way, I say, let's do it together. I'm not saying that, GBC should do it, temple president should do it. No one listens to anyone these days. It's simple as that. If you want to do it, let's do it.
No, but that's why this is diversity, what you want to do. Sure. There's a topic for it.
Sure. Make it note of it.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
S'il vous plaît, Prabhu, j'ai un petit doute dans ma tête. Je ne les ai pas offensés au niveau des traductions.
Oui,
Parce que je vous ai dit qu'il manquait un petit mot.
oui. Il en manquait beaucoup en fait.
Non, c'était vraiment pas beaucoup, il manquait, je sais pas, moi je vais dire 7 lignes. Voilà.
Ok.
Et j'ai vu, ça vous a un petit peu, ça vous a surpris et tout
Oh
ça.
non, pas du tout.
Comme ça m'a beaucoup, la traduction que vous avez faite, ça m'a beaucoup.
J'ai pas fait grand chose non plus, je pense.
Si, moi ça m'a mis beaucoup de temps. Et après j'ai juste eu à voir un petit peu, je connais comment. Et après je l'ai donné, et maintenant on est dans les dernières traductions. Donc je ne vous ai pas offensé. Je me posais la
difficile
question.
de m'offenser, c'est moi qui offense les gens en général. Non, d'accord, non.
Donc il n'y a pas. Parce que
Pas du
chaque
tout.
fois je regardais, je me disais, je n'aurais pas dû le dire. Peut-être je n'aurais pas dû le dire.
Franchement, je me souviens même pas.
Bon, alors ça va.
Mais,
C'est pas un problème.
mais ça va être définitivement un livre extraordinaire.
Oui.
Sinon, c'est
Peut-être vous pourrez le lire
que
quand ça
j'ai.
sera tout fini, quand on aura. Là, je suis en train encore de voir, de corriger derrière. Et après, ce que je pense qu'on devrait l'imprimer, l'avoir sur le papier. Moi, je jette un coup d'œil et après, je vous le donne et vous jetez le dernier coup d'œil.
On pourra
Ça pourrait être bien. Quand vous allez en
J'avais remarqué, je ne sais pas, il avait beaucoup de travail encore, parce que j'ai plein de versets où il n'était pas traduit notamment aussi. Non?
J'ai vu qu'ils ne traduisent pas tout dans les versets qui sont pas.
Avant les versets, genre les versets qui ne sont pas inventés, tout ça. Non, mais il y avait avec, il y en avait, il y avait le mot tamon. Je ne sais plus, non, il avait traduit le mot tamon peut-être, mais pas le verset, je ne sais plus, il y avait des choses comme ça dans certains versets.
Mais un petit peu brouillon. C'est très pas si je trace de mes côtés, mais je pense que si on donne quelque chose, oui, si on dit qu'on est, voilà, on est déjà trois, ça commence à être consistant.
Peut-être qu'à vous êtes bien en français parce que moi tout ce qui est syntaxe, ponctuation, etc., j'ai pas les connaissances.
Mais Krishna, comment ça s'appelle cette anecdote qui a traduit plusieurs choses, Krishna. Oui, bon, je pense qu'on peut. J'ai traduit beaucoup, hein, j'ai corrigé beaucoup de choses. Donc, j'ai assez confiance. Il y a des erreurs qu'on laisse. Si c'est des erreurs grossières, et tout un coup de. Ça ne va pas. Et puis, on avance dans le don. Et après, sûrement qu'ils donneront un peu finalisé, tout ça. On aura fait la part qui est une heure après. Moi, j'espère. Donc, ça, et c'est vrai que j'avais